Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner. To begin the show this week, we're going to talk about music performance assessments. Joining us on the show are Angie Burns, the orchestra teacher at Booker T. Washington High School, and Nicole Evans, who plays bass in the orchestra at Booker T. Before we talk with our guests, let's see what a music pre-assessment looks like and how to help students prepare for the rigors of the actual assessment.
So here at Lake Taylor, they're having like a pre-assessment kind of performance clinic, which means that we have two judges here today. I'm one of them, and our job is to listen to their music that they're going to be playing for their assessment concert next week or so, and to give them some tips. So they play through their concert, and then we write down comments, and then we go and work with the band and help them tighten up some things. The pre-assessment is great so that the band directors hear some things that they may already know about, and we can help them tighten up, or also give them some feedback for things that they may not know about yet. And the only way to know that is by bringing in external people, and also by getting a trial run on their music, just playing it through like on the stage, because the kids may have never played on a stage yet, and so now's a chance for them to run through their concert, get some of the jitters out of the way, and also get some feedback along the way.
Now that we watched what a pre-assessment looks like, tell me, Ms. Burns or Angie, what are the music performance assessments and why are they so important for our students?
The assessments occur once a year, generally in the end of February throughout the month of March, and assessments go on throughout the nation, really, for middle and high school or choral, orchestra, and band ensembles. They are a standard of learning or a measure of the instrumental music and or choral music what they have learned throughout the year. So it's a way to assess what they have learned, gathered throughout the year. They're important because, number one, they kind of validate our programs in the public schools, give teachers a measure of their success. You don't base your orchestra, you don't really grade your orchestra based on the outcome of the assessment, but it's a way to measure how the growth of your group has gone throughout the year.
How did you prepare them for those assessments? A certain piece or composition?
Well, we have a series of rehearsals after school, sectionals, that kind of thing, and it really depends on each individual ensemble or teacher, how he or she feels his or her group needs to prepare for this event. It's a stressful time. It's a great time. It's high energy, but the outcome, the children really benefit, teachers do as well.
So you did play a couple pieces in the assessment? We
do. We have a program of 3 selections we have to prepare for this piece, for this event, yes.
So Nicole, what is it like for you to prepare or be a part of the assessments?
What is it like? It has its ups and its downs. When you first get introduced to the music, you're thinking, okay, I have to learn this by this certain time, and it's a little stressful, but as we keep practicing and playing the music over and over, you get this sort of confidence, like, oh, I got this, I can do this. It's really fun. It's amazing because you grow as a group with your peers.
So you appreciate the challenge?
Yes, I love a challenge.
That's great, that's great. So what was the preparation for the assessment like for you?
It was really kind of hard because you have to stay back, you have to work around your schedule, you have to make sure you have time each day to practice for it. But that time did pay out because we got a great score for the assessments.
How long did it take you to prepare for that?
It took, well, me personally, it took 3 months. I made sure like I had my intonation, my shifting, because as a player of a strings instrument, you shift a lot to get to certain notes. So I had to make sure I had the time to practice really hard.
I can imagine. So how is the assessment scored and who are the judges?
Well, the judges come, they're state certified music educators, number one. For orchestra and band, I know we have 3 judges, and they are selected by the host of the event. So they come in and they assess each performance, stage performance of each group, and they give us a rating of 1 to 4. They're looking for certain elements. They have a rubric that they follow as they judge us. And so as each ensemble presents their music, they're looking for those elements in their program, and that's how they rate us on our overall performance.
Does it count towards your students' grades, or is this assessment part of your grade, or
well, it's really part of the director's kind of grade in essence, but our students as individuals, we do give them a grade for being part of this event, yes.
What does that grade look like? I mean, is it
from the judges or for
the judges and for you?
Well, the judges normally give students either A, B, or C in various categories like intonation, technique, balance, that kind of thing. For my students, if you perform this event, it's an A for being a part of this event because it's that big of a deal. But the judges have their own way of scoring, and sometimes the judges give us 1 through 4 or A through C or D, that kind of thing.
So Nicole, what was the hardest part of the assessment for you?
The hardest part was intonation as a group, because you have to make sure that as an ensemble you have to sound as one. So I had to make sure that as my fellow bassists play with me, that we sounded as one bass.
One band, one sound.
Yeah, one sound.
So is this just for secondary schools?
It's pretty much a yes, it is. Yeah, across the nation, every music ensemble, middle and high school, has some form of assessment. Across the nation, yes.
Right. So how do you think you did, Nicole, on this recent assessment?
I think I did pretty well. As a group, I think we did amazing. It sounded wonderful. I heard only good things, and I was just amazed.
So now I'm gonna ask you, how do you think you did at this assessment?
I thought we did really well. I really did. You know, our school hasn't been to, orchestra has not been to assessments in a while at our school, so I was really, really proud of the work that we've done and how hard students have worked. They really worked really hard, so I thought we did great as well.
So is there anything, you know, you worked hard, is there anything you think you could or would change?
I think we'll look in some different literature next year, repertoire for our program. I think we'll maybe move some students around verse sections, that kind of thing. But overall, you know, I learned some things from judges' comments, which is what we do after assessments. The directors kind of go over the judges' score sheets and see what we can do a little better. So I learned some things from that.
Is there anything, Nicole, that you would change this year?
If there was anything I would change is the way I did practice, because when I practiced, I only listened to one sound, and it was just me by myself instead of listening to others. So I think I would have practiced more as a group with more people outside of school.
What are your future plans?
My future plan, I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to major in therapy. I mean, I want to be a musician therapy.
No music? Are you going to continue with music?
It's a musical therapy. That's what I want to do.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you. You have a great student. Congratulations on your assessments. I'm sure you all did well. And I thank you for coming on this show and sharing this information about assessments and how it really works from a student and a teacher perspective.
Absolutely.
Thank you both for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And we want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Norfolk Public Schools had 2 schools in the Virginia High School League State Tournament, Maury High School boys and the Lake Taylor High School girls. Let's take a look at some action.
Day is the day, baby. Play together. Play together. Listen to me. 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 Leave your legacy, baby. You can leave your legacy. The team that they think they seen on film, that team they think they seen, or think they heard about, they ain't seen nothing yet. They ain't seen nothing yet. Leave your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Let's leave a legacy. It's all about us, baby. We are here together all the way through. Let's go. All the way through. Let's go. All the way through. All the way through. All the way through, baby. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Here we go. It's showtime. It's showtime. Let it all out. Leave everything on the floor, man. Okay? Maury on 3, baby. Maury on 3. 1, 2, 3. Maury. You can't run them over, Matthew. On the block! Oh, man! Because he got a piece on deflection. The hand part of the ball, not the elbow. If your hand part of the ball and it's gone, it's going to go that way if you get a hand on it. All right, we'll stay with it, though. Damn. Watch the passes. Seven, slow the ball. Hey. Get over there. Hand. Get over there, hand. No good. No good. Good. Help side. Help side. Help side. Help. 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 Good block. Come here. Right. We gotta move the ball. We're not looking down. I'm saying we just catching it and holding it. We gotta look down, then look back out. You gotta look down, look back out. Hey, sit down, man, get ready. Get it. We right here, man. We right here, 16 hardcore minutes, okay? 16 hardcore minutes. 16. We do 40 minutes in practice every day. We can do 16 minutes easy. But you got to be thinking, though. You got to be thinking. Because if we go on a run, they ain't coming back. Okay, we up 8. I think we can push it. I think we can push it to 14 out the gate. Then we can push it to 14 out the gate. Okay, but you got to be smart, and you got to know what's going on. Okay, you got to play it from up here. This whole game is played from up here. Okay, they might make some shots over there, but I guarantee if our defense pick back up like it's supposed to, that we know how to do, we get them out of here. Hey, Simon! They up in the air. You should just went up. All right? Put that ball up there. Put that ball up there. Come on, man. Let's grind. Let's go, man. We ain't told. Let's go. Let's go. Grind. Grind on 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Hit. You got to hit some shots. You got to hit some shots. Help. Hey! 7. Grab, son. And 1, 7! gotta draw. You gotta ball downhill. You gotta draw. You gotta protect the basket. It's you. Swing it, good swing. My bad, 75! 75! On the top! Smash out! 75! Go! 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 Take time, middle! 75! 75! Slip it! Go out! Hey! Catch! You can get that chill. Watch it jump! Watch it jump! Watch it jump! Watch it jump!
Good job, buddy. Good job, Coach.
Steve, thank you, thank you. Hey! I'm on it! Yeah! This can't be replaced, baby! This can't be replaced! Hey!
All right, tell us how it feels being a state champion.
Feels really, really great, actually. I done waited 4 years for this. Like, it still hasn't hit me yet. I think it'll hit me when I get home. But yeah, it feels great. The season was like, I know it was like really long, but we never doubted ourselves in this thing, in this like journey. we always believed in ourselves, and that's what our coach has preached to us since day one, that we had to believe. Even though we have taken some losses and stuff, that's what pushed us even more to get straight, to get us right back on track.
Okay. All right, Brian, congratulations, state champions. First question, how does it feel?
It feels great. It just feel like we made history, and I feel like we worked hard for it, and we got it done.
All right, so going into this game, what did you think, of the competition that you were about to face?
I wasn't really worried about the competition. I was just worried about getting the win and getting out of here.
All right, Brian, you're the leader of the team, but at the end we saw some emotion, some tears. What was that about?
I'm just excited. I've been here for 4 years. The first time we ever won the state championship. I just feel like we really made history, and we really put in a whole lot of work for this.
All right, Matt, tell us how it feels to be a state champion.
It feels great, and we know it's been a long time since Maury's gotten a state championship, and we felt like if we put everything together like we did tonight, we'd come out, on top.
Talk about your season. The last tournament time, you came alive, so talk about that.
I just thought about last year, going out in the first round. We felt like we had a team that could go past the first round, and I was just thinking, I don't want to feel that same pain. I don't want to go home. When it's time to go home, I want to be on top.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. Hey, this is a real brotherhood. Don't y'all never forget each other. Don't y'all never forget each other. Hey, let's get it up for one more. Let's get it up one more good time. Let's get it up one more good time. Maury on 3. 1, 2, 3. Maury!
It's really rewarding. We've been putting in a lot of work, especially from last year and our loss to the championship. So I feel like we got a chance this year, and it feels good to get here.
It definitely feels good to have another go-round, because last year we weren't able to pull it off. But I think this year we have a much better chance.
Wasn't more so pressure. It was more like redemption. We put in a lot of work last year, and then we got ahead of ourselves at state championship. So now it feels like we got to get back there and correct ourselves.
Definitely was complicated. I mean, there was a lot of long hours in the gym, so to see that we couldn't make it, it was just very disappointing. But this year we came out a lot more hungry, and so I think that we should be able to pull it off tonight.
Let's get this jump, Jazz, jump, okay? Let's score, and we in it. We don't get it. And they get the ball. We're gonna just go with the 1-3-1 right there. Whoever got the top, got the top. All right? Titans on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Gotta make the free throw.
Y'all get the corner. Hands out, you're going right. Chuck, you gotta give me something, man. Hey, Nene, baseline. Oh, you throw it, one more. Take your time. Keep going. I don't know why we can't get the foul. Mr. Ralph, hey, Mr. Ralph, if she calling that touchdown, so we got to get that. That's ridiculous. No, I'm telling you what you're missing. Can you call it fair? He don't see it. better come up. Rebound. Hey, she can have that. She can have that. Shanti, if you on this side, you got this side. Hey, baseline. Hey, two-state Shanti. You're doing a good job out there. You're using them long arms. That's what you use them. Great job, Jazz. A couple of times they barely, why you down here fooling with the ball and they got the ball? How they gonna shoot the ball down here? Ain't nothing but a foul down here. Think. Come on. Listen, when we go two-state and you got the ball, they gonna foul you. You gotta get a little bit more strength. A little bit more, because the foul gonna bring down a little bit. Come on, ladies. Ladies. You go out there thinking they don't want to win, you're going to be mistaken, okay? We not leaving no stones unturned. We up to, I'm going to let her have it. No, if we giving up open shots, you coming out. We playing this like it's 0-0. Everybody understand that? Let's go, let's finish this.
Go, y'all.
Cheat. There you go. Watch that backside. Shanti. Hey, what did she do? Yeah. She got 4 hands because I saw 2 of them up here. Two-state Shanti. Run through that. Get in the corner, get in the corner. Get in the corner. Yeah. So push. Why we can't get them cheap fouls? Because he big and good, y'all can't take it out on him, man. The corner, we take with 2 points. Call it, just call it. I don't believe you're gonna call it. Go! Okay. Over the back. Thank you. Why you won't call that? Mo, let's go. Right here, this corner. Hey, shoot! Baseline. Mo got the corner. They gonna get it. Mo, you gotta be ready now. Now. Yes, jazz in. Jazz in for you. I need you on that block right there. You don't have the shot, get it in the jazz.
right, Jordan, tell us how it feels to be a state champion finally.
It feels great. It feels great, especially from last year. We knew this year we had to get it. We knew it was coming back, so we just so happy and proud of ourselves.
So talk a little bit about coming into the season and the motivation that you had to get to this point.
Coming into the season, we knew we wanted to get back to the States. We knew what work we had to put in. We put in the work early, so at this point it could be easy for us.
Okay. So last year in the state finals, pretty tough for the team and you. But this year, a little different story. So talk about your game today.
Last year, I wasn't expecting what happened. I was kind of nervous. This year, I already knew what was going on. I knew we lost our point guard. I knew what we had to do to win this game. So I did everything and won.
Very good. All right, tell us how it feels to be a state champion.
It feels great. I'm definitely on top of the world right now. I'm extremely blessed to be in this situation. I'm beyond grateful to be placed with these group of girls.
All right, you did a lot tonight. You were the point guard. You had to step in and take over that role. So how'd that feel?
It felt good. I mean, it was kind of a lot of pressure, but I knew that the girls had my back the whole way through it, so they definitely gave me something to play for.
All right. You know, you got a big lead tonight early, and you were able to keep that. So how'd you guys keep the intensity to keep that lead?
The big thing was not to be complacent. We wanted to make sure that just because we got the lead, we didn't lose it. So we just wanted to keep our foot on their necks and keep going.
Okay, very good.
Ladies, on a serious note, coaches, I really am blessed that you guys trusted our game plan and what we had to say and bought into us really believing that we can do this. I can't thank you enough. I'm not going to cry though, but man, and now
here we are.
Champs on 3, 1, 2, 3. Champs! Woo!
Welcome back to NPS Now. I have two very special guests with us, seniors from Granby High School. We have Natalie Schaus, and we also have Gabriella Igloria. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my, you guys got to be more excited than that. You are Hampton Road Student Art Gallery winners. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
And Natalie, I understand you won $500, and Gabriella, you won what, $250?
I think it was $300. I'm not
300.
sure.
See, that's even better. See, it's great to be happy. We're great to have you here. So we're going to talk a little bit about that Hampton Road Student Art Gallery contest. So tell me, Natalie, what is that?
Well, it's an art contest for all of Hampton Roads, and it's at the Chesapeake Central Library.
So how long ago was this contest, Gabriella?
It was back in February, like the first couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. How many students were featured in this art gallery
I think
contest?
it was about 700.
Mm-hmm. So I want both of you to describe for me what was your artwork like that you submitted.
Well, I submitted art that was sculptural, and there were 5 pieces, and it was essentially my friend's face encased in a box, and each of the faces had a little bit more destruction elements in them.
That's an interesting concept. We'll come back to you on that one. What was your artwork like that you submitted?
Well, I also drew a friend. I drew my friend Justin, and I guess, I don't know, I kind of thought that he looked like kale if I was gonna, if I wanted to associate someone with a vegetable or a fruit, I chose kale for him because it kind of looked like his hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I drew him with kale.
All right, so where did your concept come from?
Well, I'm in IB, and so is Gabriella, and it was part of my senior exhibition. And honestly, when I started out, I didn't really know what I was going to do. So the idea kind of just evolved as I experimented with it. So a lot of it was experimentation.
I'm sure your classmates and friends thought both of your displays were quite interesting. Did you get great comments from them?
Yeah.
So how did it feel to find out that, you did so well at the Student Art Gallery?
I was really surprised. I didn't think it was that good of a piece. I mean, it had a lot of personal significance to me, but I don't know. I haven't really considered myself to be very good at art or anything, so it was kind of surprising.
Yeah. What about you, Gabriella?
Truthfully, I just kind of did it for fun, and I was trying to play with color, so I did a bunch of primary colors and then green. So I had 4 works in my series, and I just wanted to show my friends.
Well, I'm excited. Your work is at the Chrysler Museum, so how do you feel about that?
Well, I visited it, and it was just kind of weird seeing my own work in there because I've been to the Chrysler Museum so many times, and especially since the location was right at the top of the stairs, that was really cool.
What did you think about being at the Chrysler Museum?
I thought it was pretty cool because I also go there a lot, and I know a lot of artists there who are like really good, and I look up to them, I guess. But
yeah, what was your family and friends' reactions?
Yeah, my mom was kind of playing manager, and like telling all her friends and everything.
Yeah, that's kind of the same for me. My family got really excited. They didn't actually know that I had made that art until I won and I showed them, and they were really excited about that.
Wow, so did you really think you were going to win, or were you just like really shocked?
No, I didn't think
why
so at all.
Not? Because you thought, well, this is something you just think about you were doing. And
yeah, it was just for fun and for IB, so I didn't really think I would win.
What impact do you think your art classes had on your ideas and concepts for these projects that were part of this gallery contest?
I mean, a lot of our class is about reflection, and so I think when I'm making art, I think more about the meaning behind it as opposed to just what it looks like. So I think that's the biggest impact that the class has had on me.
What about your art class experience?
Well, for me, I was focusing a lot on the formal concepts that were at play in my work, so making sure it was like a hyper-realistic style to my artwork, more than the context, I guess.
How has art shaped your learning here at Norfolk Schools?
I think overall it's just allowed me to be more creative in my classes, and I can think outside of the box because of art and the things that I've learned.
How do you think art has inspired your learning?
Well, for me it's kind of my favorite class because
Really?
Yeah, I really like art. I've been doing art since I was really little, and for me that's one class that doesn't give me stress, I guess, so that's where I just let everything out.
Now that you won, do you think you may want to pursue something dealing in art?
I'm not sure if I'll actually pursue art, but I'm sure I'll use some of the things that I've learned in art in whatever field I may go into.
Yeah. What about you, Gabriella?
Yeah, sort of the same thing. I'm into creative writing also, and I think that's what I'm planning to pursue more. But I think that's always going to be something that's with me.
Right. So what's your future goals first?
Well, I'm planning to go to ODU, and I'm going to look at creative writing, I think. I like to do poetry, so I think that and art are also really connected, so I think I can work with that.
What about you?
I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do in the future, but I'm going to the University of Richmond, so I think that'll help me to figure out.
So you
my
believe that your artistic abilities have shaped some of your other classes. So what do you think you've done well in your other classes, how you incorporated this art piece in some of your classes?
Well, it helped me to learn that I'm kind of a visual learner, so in my other classes, if I'm struggling with an idea, I can kind of draw it out, and that helps me to learn.
And you mentioned creative writing, but is there any particular pieces or things you've written that really stood out from this experience?
Well, I like to do ekphrasis work, which is basically poetry that's inspired from visual art. And so I do that a lot, and I also go to the Muse Writer Center in Norfolk, and that's also a place where I can sort of hone that creative spirit in me.
So now that you've had this type of success, do you think you'll branch out and apply or be a part of any other type of contests, art contests?
I'm not sure right now, but I mean, plans always change, so possibly.
Right, but I do want to go back because I did ask you that question about the concept. So what gave you that idea to artistically create your friend in that mindset?
Well, it's kind of supposed to be a representation of how society boxes us in, and as the pressures get harsher, it breaks us down. And so even the boxes had elements of destruction. So the first box was perfect. It wasn't like completely perfect, but then as they continued, they got a little bit rougher, and then the faces inside broke.
So 5 boxes, great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm inspired by the two of you, and congratulations for having your artwork on display at the Christ Museum. Thank you, ladies, both for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS, channel 47, or you can view us online at www.npsk12.com. If you have any great story ideas or events happening at your school, email us at npsnews@npsk12.com. Again, we want to thank you for watching NPS Now.